Okay, now we rolling.
Not yet, but the whole vaping thing we were just talking about. We didn't want to keep talking because we figured, why we're potting and we're not even recording. What's the point?
Yeah, the folks won't be able to listen to this crucial information right now that we got.
Right, but we were speaking on vaping. It's been played out. I think, and you think too, that it's lame. And what I was saying earlier was, it's just funny because I'll be at like a red light. I'm out driving for work, and you'll just look over, and the person next to you, just completely cool, like they're just looking forward, whatever, blasting music, and then out of nowhere they open their mouth for a split second. It's just a fucking cloud worth of smoke. And you're like, oh my god, they vaped.
A whole cloud nimbus.
It's like a normal encounter, and then this just smoke just pours out of their mouth, and I'm like, what the fuck?
And it just makes it bad because you're like that, because you sit there and think like, that's so unnecessary. Like that, what moment in your head, like what thing made you think like it was cool to do that? Again, like your example is perfect. We're at a stoplight. We're not waiting on no specific concert. Nothing is popping. We're just getting to our destination. Why did you have to do that? Like that's the thing. Like,
it's like, if you smoke cigarettes, like back when I smoked, you take a hit, and then when you exhale, it's not an obnoxiously large amount of smoke.
It's not.
So
normal breeze,
right? You're like, okay, all right, they're smoking a cigarette,
right?
I had to really look. Why? Like, it just rubs me the wrong way when these people have just fucking clouds of smoke,
dude. Like,
and then some of them are like, oh, my cloud of smoke's blue. It's a green cloud of smoke. It's like, bro, we don't need, like, you're basically just saying, look at me.
Yes. Oh my God.
Look at what I'm doing right now.
Right. The pride, like the ego right now.
And it's
just
all eyes on me. Literally, that's what's playing in my head. Like,
hey, it's like they the human versions of the truck that blow that like black smoke out. Like, they the human equivalent of that. Because the same way I look at them is the same way I look at those truck dudes. Like, why did you have to blow that smoke out?
Well, dude, and that's
no reason.
even worse because they're blowing smoke out for literally no other reason. They're just killing the earth faster.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, your truck did not go any faster with that black smoke. Like, I could understand if you shot the black smoke out and you like 3 exits down. Right. Like, oh, shit, I got to get me one of them. But you just blew out black smoke just to change lanes. Like,
yeah,
bruh. Same reason I be looking at them with the vapes. I'm like, dude, like, you are on the corner. Like, why are you making a big scene? Like, just smoke. Like, it's not like if I go to the liquor store and get me a bottle or something, I'm not gonna go like, hey, I'm gonna just walk to my car. Like,
yeah, I don't want all of that fucking attention on me. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah,
maybe we're the lame ones.
Yeah, maybe we're the problem.
But yeah, I mean that's really all it is. I don't agree with the vaping. And if you are gonna vape, I tried it back in the day when it was like still, I wanted to jump on the bandwagon and check it out. I thought maybe it was better than smoking real cigarettes. It's debatable because these e-cigs have all these chemicals
exactly.
that we just talked about. Regular cigarettes might have rat poison or something in it.
True.
But these e-cigs have so many more just weird components.
True, because now you fucking with a lot of computerized shit. So now you got that side of it. Whereas with a regular cigarette, you don't have anything computerized. You're just mainly dealing with chemicals and all that.
Right.
But when you have the e-cigs, you're dealing with chips, like the little flash boards, all that, which is a whole different issue.
Popcorn lungs.
Exactly. Right. And you just brought that up, like, before we was recording. But one thing about it is with the e-cigs, especially back then when it was popular, media wasn't at the area it is now. So back then they advertised as in tobacco free. And that was big back then. If you put tobacco free on anything, people going to go right to it.
Right, but you don't really think... You're like, all right, well, it doesn't have tobacco in it, but so you don't think of all the other equally, if not worse, things in it.
Exactly, bro. And later on, it got showcased, and people was like, all right, fuck e-cigs. But back then, tobacco free. And then another good one, too. Tobacco free, and the smoke that came out the e-cigs was, quote-unquote, good for the air. Yeah. It wasn't as bad as the secondhand from regular cigarettes. So they use those two things. Unbeknownst to people... Like you said, if you read between the thin lines, you'll see all the real fucked up shit that's worse than a regular cigarette.
Dude, and they try to hide it with, regular cigarettes. It's just like, how bold do you want it? Or, How far, do you want menthol or what?
Right.
These e-cigs, they try to sugarcoat. Oh, do you want yours to taste like bubble gum?
Yeah.
Do you want the raspberry? It's
Apple
like,
pie,
bro,
like
wake up, sheeple. You need to listen. If you're listening to this podcast, shit's about to get a little real.
it's always real. It just
But
got
yeah,
realer.
If you're a fan and you're listening, and you happen to vape, don't feel like we're attacking you. Just think of better life decisions.
True. At the end,
Just
of the
don't
day.
smoke. Smoke weed.
Yeah, if you're gonna smoke something, smoke that.
Yeah. Don't smoke meth, man. I keep seeing. Oh man, I didn't want to have to say this, but
Thomas against meth.
I
Tam.
yeah, I know a lot. That's gonna make a lot of other white people mad that I'm even taking that stand, but I'm willing to fight for my right. But
Only thing that makes us money, you going against it.
look, we come from Missouri, man.
Oh yeah, we one of the
probably have
meth capitals.
Yeah, we're probably the largest distributors.
It's only two. It's only two good places to make some good meth at, and that's in the forest or in the desert.
Yes, and
If
we
you-
learned that from Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
the
but
second one.
if you look at any movie where it's a meth lab, the trailer is always in the desert or in the forest.
Yeah.
And Missouri got a ton of forest, so there's gonna be some meth labs.
Right, but no, yeah, the second option I meant Breaking Bad. When it came to the desert, it was the first time I saw meth created in the desert area.
Yeah, but I always knew, like, when you looked at meth stereotypes, you always knew, like, those desert hillbillies, they was on that type
In the
of shit.
Southwest,
Yeah.
in the woods of Arizona or New Albuquerque or New Mexico.
Yep.
In Albuquerque.
It just made Breaking Bad made it more corporate and professional because you had like this white collar, blue collar type of family doing that. But being a kid, like you just envision like a redneck in the desert, just making meth, and you're like, oh, okay, that's what it is.
That makes sense.
It was either that or like a hillbilly that lived out in the mountains, a forest, and
Right.
was like cooking meth. Like
I
that
mean,
was
hey,
like
Sullivan, that's south of us right now. I mean, hey, I'm not trying to hate on Sullivan if you live there. I'm just saying there are a lot of heads down there that
they're
are
at the meth.
meth converted. The fuck was I gonna say though?
Also,
The hashtags, bro. I keep to this day. I talked about this probably on the first couple episodes on this show, and I'm still seeing hashtags on fucking Instagram or Twitter where not even just women, like people are like, there are meth hashtags where meth users are just, it's like its own community. They're showing videos of them hitting the pipes and all that. I'm like,
oh, okay, I
damn.
know what you're talking about now. It's actually showing the lifestyle of a meth head. I
Well,
thought
yeah,
you
but
meant
it's like them, like how I'm as a photographer, I post my photos on Instagram. They're straight just posting videos of hashtag spun, hashtag meth, crystal. Like it's just, I'm not even laughing at.
Hold on. So you said spun?
That's yeah.
Oh,
that's like they're like if you're spun, you're on.
Oh, you
You're
methed
high.
out. Oh, so being methed out is spun?
From my knowledge,
bro,
crystal
I
meth
don't know.
is crystal meth the same as meth? Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah, it is, but that just threw me off. I never knew they had lingo for being turned off meth.
Oh yeah, man. And there was like the thing that I talked about years ago was I saw on Twitter, it was like viral at some point where there were pretty women.
Oh yeah, I remember that, the crack challenge.
Yeah, like they were
Pretty girls
basically
smoking crack or something?
Yeah, it was crazy. And I'm not one to judge, man, but I was just very blown away by the fact that there was like a straight, like you're not even just being like, oh yeah, I smoked meth today. You're like, here's a video of me smoking said meth, and I'm gonna hashtag and just let the community know.
Yeah, spuned out.
and I'm just like, this shit's crazy, man. This shit's wild. Like I don't do meth, so I can't.
But that's the world we live in now, because social media is so influential like that. Because I feel like it was meth heads probably in like 03 that really wanted to record their life, but they couldn't.
They couldn't because of technological advances that weren't here yet.
Because like, the stereotype and what they put out on TV, the meth heads like are super energetic. So like in Breaking Bad, they was digging holes and shit.
Yeah.
So maybe they was like, man, bro, I be coming up with these ideas when I'm off this shit that like the world need to know. So maybe,
That's what it is.
So now they're at the point where they have the technology to record themselves. So now you're gonna start having like meth activists, like meth heads discussing politics.
I mean, hey, there's some people that are so straight edge and anti-drug that that's how they feel about people that smoke weed. Like.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I
you
don't know
right.
if I'm not here to judge the people in the spun community. I'm just saying that it just blew me the fuck away
That's a
that
funny term.
it's like, man, some people won't even post themselves smoking weed because they're afraid that someone will
Oh yeah.
alert the cops or something. But it's like, damn, you got meth. You're going crazy.
I don't know. That throw me off, but I low key respect it. Like, okay, at least they confident in their decision.
That's
Like,
what
all
I
right,
mean,
you
man.
gotta be.
It takes a lot of balls to do meth. I'll tell
Yeah,
you
and
that.
then to add on top of that, to post it, like that's just like, hey y'all, you know I've been doing this, so here it is. But I would like to have a. I wouldn't endorse it because I don't want to be connected like that. But I would be interested and open to seeing like a podcast where people just smoke meth and discuss topics. Like I just want to see, like, real quick, I just want to see what meth heads really be thinking, besides of like what we see through TV and like what we see through their actions. Like I know they be crazy, they're like super, you know what I mean? They super fiendish, but I just want to see like an actual meth head discuss something serious with like they own personal spin on it, like
Yeah.
off the shit. Just like if you high as hell and you talk about a certain subject, it'll be different than it is when you sober. Like I just
Right.
want to see like what meth heads be thinking. Like,
Dude, I'll be honest. From my knowledge, because I saw a couple people talk about it on Reddit, you can definitely be a functioning
oh yeah,
meth
that's
head,
true. That's with anything.
right? With like, if it's the addiction, if you
Mm-hmm.
if you get addicted, that's the part where it's like it goes downhill. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I know when it comes to meth, that shit's dangerous. And nowadays, like I don't even think it's real. Just like with a lot of drugs, like I don't even think this shit's the real shit that compared to 20 years ago or something. I feel like this shit's just so manufactured in a garbage way. Like I mean, Breaking Bad even had episodes where Walter White would see the competition and just be like, "What the fuck is
Yeah,
this?"
I seen a documentary where a dude took the lining of a battery and put that shit in there to make meth.
Bro, that's
I
what I'm
was
saying.
like,
You're
damn.
smoking battery shake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's no exception, like with meth.
No, or heroin or anything like that.
So if you hypothetically met like a 10 out of 10 break the scale chick, but she smoked meth every second Saturday of the month, like she,
Bro, I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. Call me.
but she like I'm like telling you she, and I'm not trying to like sexualize nothing, but she is attractive. But on top of that, like she real cool. She really dope. She laid back.
So
Like
she's
she's
a
super
functioning
smart.
method.
Yes, but she just be smoking meth like rarely
I'm
just to
gonna
take
be
the
honest,
edge
man.
off.
It's just.
But she don't smoke it around you though. But you'll know.
Well, hey, that's nice of her. But I'm not trying to be. Some might call me superficial for this, but hold
There you
up,
go.
we got a little trouble with the mic. Hold up.
Oh, no, let's see why. Oh shit, hold on.
This is a STLiens maintenance.
Oh, me, hold on.
Hold up.
There we go. All right. Hold
We got it. The mic was saved. Oh.
There we go. That's why. All right, keep talking.
What the fuck was I saying?
No, you talking about the meth chick you be cool talking
Oh
to?
yeah. To answer your question, I might be called superficial. I just don't find it attractive. It would be hard for me to get past the idea that she smoked meth at least once in her life. I'm gonna be honest. Like, that's just something that I'm not gonna try. Like, I guess that is a form of judging, but that's just a personal preference. And that's another. Maybe if you stopped doing it, I could definitely get over that. But you're still doing it.
That
You're not
shit's
like,
just
even if
done,
it's once
like,
a year, it's like, come on, you're still deciding to do this. And if
the
it's
act.
the act, so I would just have to respectfully decline because that's just such a hard. It's just such a hard drug, man. That can
It
that can
really
fuck
is.
you
It
up,
really is.
At least with weed, I know you're not gonna possibly die from it.
But yeah, it's a lot safer.
Yeah.
I get it. Meth is a very it's like it's like the extreme sport of drugs.
Yeah, and it can make you do some crazy. I've seen some crackheads do some crazy
like,
shit, man.
I'm just trying to play basketball. I'm not trying to do cliff jumping. You know what I mean? Like that. Okay, I see what you mean,
Dude. This guy literally came up to me earlier today after the wake this morning, and he's like, "Hey man, I just got out of prison, blah 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 blah." But you could obviously tell he was on something, and I was just like, I literally only had besides the my debit card, I only had like some quarters, some
Right.
$50 that I got from Quick Trip. I was like, hey, here you go, man. I wish I could do more, whatever, and. He like instantly after that, instead of just walking away like most people would do, he was like, "Yeah, what you got planned for today, man?" And as soon as he said, I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to work." Bye. I was like, "Yeah, I'm not about to. I don't have time to."
Don't try to make plans with me about this. Like, don't.
But even before that, man, he was just going on a whole tangent about He was like, he opened up with the prison line and then he just jumped subjects like at least 7 times. And it had nothing to do with the first thing that he said. And then he ends it off with, "So yeah, man, what you got going on for the day?" I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not here for this, man. I tried to help, but
I'm in, and I'm leaving as quickly as I can. I'm not talking to you, man. This is bad news.
On the way here after it happened, I was just laughing to myself because I was like, the fucking balls. Like, and it was I could tell it wasn't him genuinely being like, "Oh yeah, man," like just being nice. Like, what do you got planned for the day? He was saying it like, I got time if you can do this or that. Like, nah, bro, I helped you all I could.
That
I gotta go to work.
That equivalent of fucking what you got planned for today. That's like the equivalent of being like, which way you headed. Like that's it's parallel, bro.
Dude,
like
I know that's happening to you, man.
Yeah, it's coming if someone asks those like either of those two questions.
That's exactly like I was surprised when I said where he wouldn't have been like, "Oh well, what direction is that?" Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, what you got planned today? Like, oh, I ain't got really nothing going on. Oh well, see, you just got to nip it in the bud.
Yeah,
right there. Like, oh, what you got planned for today? Oh, yeah. Again, like you said, work or I'm busy. Or like, which direction is that? It's way out. I won't even say
about 3 hours away.
Yeah, bro, it's way out.
I actually don't even live here. I live in Memphis.
Exactly,
so,
bro.
I got a cousin down
on
there.
me. See, that's why you can't say destination. Be like, which way you going, bro? It's way out, way out, bro. It's hellish, bro. I don't even feel like driving myself.
Yeah.
If it was anywhere else, man, I got you. But yeah, it's way out.
So that's the thing. I don't try to like. A lot of people are just straight up like ignorant to like whether it be homeless people or just anybody that's in a less fortunate situation. Right. And I try to actually hear people out. Like if they come up to me and they talk to me, I'm not about to be like, "Get the fuck away from me." I'm just like, all right, if say what you gotta say, and if it's something that I can honestly help with, I'll do it.
Right.
And then like I said, sometimes it'll work out, and then the next thing is like someone, they just keep trying to get more, and I'm like, damn, man, like I gotta go to work.
That's what I'm saying. See, and it always happens at the times where you gotta be somewhere, whether it's work, home, family, crib, whatever, that they always try to hold you up like that. But one thing I learned to do is anytime they try to do that, you got to be overly nice and overpowering with words. Because if you have a lot of pause moments, or if you give them a lot of room to come in, they will.
Yeah,
so you just got to be over nice. So when someone be coming up and talking to me and try to make conversation, and whether it be like, oh, like, which way you headed? Oh, bro, it's way out, bro. Man, it's hellish. Bro, if I was around the corner, I would have had you, bro. Yeah. It's just far out. I don't even feel like going. You just got to keep on walking while you talking.
But say it with a positive.
Yeah, you got to be like you real cool. Yeah. Even if they're like, "What you got planned for today?" Man, I ain't a lot, bro. I don't even feel like
you don't even have to be saying anything. Really.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. You just got to leave like that, bro. You got to overpower them with words. Don't give them no room to butt in and shit like that. Where you be like, oh, what you got going on? They'll butt in quick. You gotta be
on your toes, and that's true, man. You gotta, because if you give them time,
they will. Man, if you give them time, they will take your time.
Oh yeah, because that's the thing. Like most people in that situation, they're trying to get
bro.
They're trying to get things out of whoever they're talking to, and I'm not even saying in a conniving way, but if a person's willing to help that much, you're gonna keep asking.
Exactly.
If you can,
bro.
okay, well, if you help me with that, could you possibly help me with this?
Exactly, and then with that too, we both been in positions. You know how it is when you walking through the streets or you just getting to where you need to be, and you'll see someone in that position, and you can look in their eyes that they trying to leave, but the person just keep on talking to them.
All you can do is just smile and just be thankful that that's not you.
That's why I feel bad for all those, like, especially like the white folks that don't know. Like, you know, the ones that come from that side over here. So they not used to seeing that. So you just see them there, like, froze while the person talking to them. Yeah. Right.
Clutch his purse.
You like, man, you're not even here. You supposed to just keep walking.
Dude, that's the thing. I've had to tell that exact thing to quite a few people in my time.
Yep.
And, I mean, like, fellow white people. And what I tell them is, because I'd be like, yeah, I was down here earlier, last couple of days I've been down there chopping it up with so-and-so. And they're like, horrified. What do you mean you were down there? Do you really? And it's like, dude, you guys got to realize, like, yeah, it's probably not in the best of neighborhoods, but if you know, I mean, things can be unpredictable sometimes, but, like, if you know that general area, I mean, we've been around this city so fucking much that I know, and what times to not do certain things. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, if you are going to be down there during those times, don't do this or don't do dumb shit. And you're usually good. So that's like a common misconception that a lot of white St. Louisians.
I think a lot of it has to do with especially those types of people that come from that life. They think that respect is friendliness.
Yeah.
Again, if you go over on that side in their community, it's always smiles, how you doings. To them, that's respect.
Right.
Where we come from, respect is just non-confrontation. So if I'm walking down the street, head nod, all right, cool. I know I'm not gonna run any problems with you.
Yeah.
Cause we really. I mean, you can be friendly when the moment comes, like if you give off that energy, but you don't have to be friendly 24/7. As long as you're non-confrontational, then we can coexist.
Yeah.
But a lot of people from that side don't see that. So when they come over here and they see things aren't as friendly, they immediately think it's something way worse than it is. Cause you've been down there. It's not like motherfuckers just like, oh, it's just
no,
like,
it's not like that at all, man. And in my entire, we both, I'll say that we both have been so many places, even separately, for the past, I don't know how many, for like a decade, damn near. Mm-hmm. If something would have happened to us by now, and like that people think is gonna happen, it would have happened probably like 10 times by now.
Exactly, bro.
But nothing has ever happened because we know how to carry ourselves in those certain areas. And that's the thing, though. I'm gonna break the misconception again, where like even it's not always even about, or at all really about race, because you can go down them white folks in Lee May Ferry down in the South Side. Some of those areas in southern St. Louis, like I said, not even Sullivan, but that's not St. Louis. The southern parts, there are some very interesting redneck type people.
Yeah, it is.
And you might fuck around and find yourself in the basement.
It is, but it goes back to just same group of people, but just different types. Yeah. So you just, that part, they do their thing down there. That's a whole different chapter on how to deal with folks like that. But that's a whole different group, or not group, but that's a whole different type of person. Like the white people we talking about, like it's that type to where they just grew up with fucking silver spoons and rainbows.
Oh, West County, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it out.
Yeah,
on
me,
the West
right,
County
yeah,
people.
Exactly. So they just used to shit being like great, like, all right, again, like I said before, friendliness is everywhere, but where we come from, bro, ain't nobody smiling, not because they mean, just because people going through shit.
The people, like, that's why I hate West County so much. I don't match the energy that people give me out there, and it makes me look like the asshole, but to me, I just get it's like NPC energy, but you can tell that most of the time people that are that cheery probably are just being fake. And I'm not one of those people that are so down where it's like everything has to be negative.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I can tell when somebody's giving me fake happy energy.
Exactly.
And that's just the whole. Every time I go out there to deliver, and I go in all these businesses, I talk to these people, and I'm like, it's just weird, man. It's like Silent Hill energy to me.
It really is. We had this conversation before all the time.
I feel like I don't belong in that because like they can just sniff out the people that aren't from that bracket and money and financial or the financial bracket.
And that's all it is. And it's so many levels to it. For one, people that's usually out in that area are so stuck on money business mode, they really don't know how to tap in with their regular selves unless you're at like their home or somewhere where they're really comfortable at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they really, outside in public, they in business mode. So anytime you talk to them, it's going to look like, or it's going to feel like you talking to a damn like doctor or like somebody in some type of business authority. You're not even talking to a regular person. It's like, damn, like we just at the cafeteria or like at the food court, chill.
Dude.
And like another thing too is people be friendly all the time when they're comfortable. Like most people out there got shit up, like everything's up to date. Everything's paid for, everything's paid. They got money in the bank. You know what I mean? They can afford to wake up and just smile. Like people that got shit going on, they don't look mean because they like fuck the world. They just look mean because I got shit I'm trying to figure out and I don't have time to be friendly because right now in my head I'm trying to plot like my next step.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah.
So it's just two different worlds, but you know, when you don't understand the other one, then you just move a little different.
Bro. I mean, you're right. And when the only thing I can add on to that is that if you want to see pure entitlement or like just the worst of man, go to the Valley in Chesterfield and go to the Sam's Club or the Walmart or the Target. Dude, they do not get, like, you're either going to get ran off the road because people just think the world revolves around them. They're not looking in their side mirrors or they're not using blinkers because they're just like, I'm wealthy, I guess. I don't know how they think. But it's just people are just rude as fuck. And I know it's like a very opinionated thing. There's probably people that would listen to this and be like, I'm always out in West County and they're great to me. Maybe you're just a dick.
Nah.
Maybe that's true. I don't know. But I will say, I think, and I try to be, I think of myself as this, and I do try to be I try to be very respectful to people. I give people time. I try not to fuck up whatever. But with them, it's just like getting cut off. Mm-hmm. You're in a line. Like, I've had motherfuckers actually try to, like, cut me in line. I'm talking, like, grown-ass, like, 50-year-old women with their kids. And it's like, ma'am, do you think that I'm not about to call you out on this?
Yeah.
You think you just walk in front of me?
How you said the entitlement and that power makes them think that they are above a certain level. Yeah.
And I'm definitely going off personal stories, man.
But if anyone's actually been living like that, they went through the same thing. Cause I understand what you're talking about. Cause I went through the same shit. Like, who the fuck do they think they are doing that?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I got relatives that live out there, and I mean they can even vouch for it. They got to blend in with the fakeness of their neighbors.
They got to adapt with that shit.
They got to adapt with it, man. You got to survive.
Yeah, on me. Oh, I can't imagine that shit.
Dude, fuck that. And it's so funny because I don't feel comfortable when I'm out there. But I'd be cool with just, I mean, shit, out of all the times we've ever gone downtown and just rode around, walked around, took pictures, whatever, it's like, okay, why do I feel safer in downtown St. Louis if it's that bad than out in fucking Wildwood or something?
Man, I'm telling you, we just different types of people. But Tony Ayo said it best. It's a catch-22 to everything. You either stay in that environment, get shot at, something happen to you, or you just move out on that side and it's a lot safer, but people just going to be acting and looking at you different.
Right.
So it's like, damn, like, what do you do? But fuck it. It's weird out there anyway because the ignorance is so damn crazy. Like, I remember one time, bro, I forgot which part of West County I was at. I don't know if it was like the Outlet Mall. It was somewhere with people. So it had to be a gathering, a mall, something like that. Okay. I'm not lying to you, Thomas. It was like it was like 3 white kids, 1 light skinned cat, and then like a brown skinned dude. Because it's rare to see people as dark as me out there, especially kids. But it was like a group of friends like that, and like I was walking past them, and I swear to God, these two the 2 white kids looked, and I looked at them because I'm like, why are these kids looking at me? And I look, and they're like, oh, my bad, man. I thought you was such and such. And I was like, who? I was like, what? Because when they said the name, I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is. Like, that don't even sound familiar. Like,
right.
I'm like, who? And you know what I mean? And they was like, oh, I thought you was such and such. Again, I can't think of the name. If I could, I'll say it on air. But they're like, and I was like, I'm like, who is that? And then they're like, no, it's this TikTok rapper. He got this one song. And I'm like, I looked at them like, what the fuck? Like,
bro, that's one of the most odd things.
That's
like
the
that shows our
like,
age.
Like, right. I'm like, dude, I'm like, who? Because when they said the name, I'm like, that Snoop Dogg meme. I'm like, who? Like, because I thought it'd at least be somebody like, if they were like, man, I don't know. I'm throwing one out the park, but if they was like, oh, I thought we used Future, I was like, oh no, but that would be hard. Like, okay,
you feel good,
yeah, man. But then he said some name. I'm like,
who?
I thought he was playing a joke with me. I'm like, who the fuck is that? He's like, it's a TikTok rapper. I'm like, what the fuck, man? This is where we at.
Where we at with it? In the words of Boldy.
Yeah, and then if they would have said the name, because I'm that type of person. If they would have said a name I knew, I would have like, oh, you got me, and I would have just like trolled with them, but. I didn't know this dude, so I didn't want to be...
You were genuinely curious.
Yeah.
You were like, enlighten me on who the fuck this guy is.
If dude would have been a stand-up cat, I would have just played the part. Like, yeah, I'm him. But I didn't want to do that, and then he ended up being lame.
Right.
You
Apparently,
know what I mean?
they thought he was cool, though. I mean, were these like, how old were these kids?
They had to be in high school, bro. So we probably talking like 15.
Oh, shit.
16, maybe. But they was some young cats. That's why they was looking at me like I wasn't intimidating nothing. I was like, what these kids over here looking at? And then they were like, oh, my bad, man. I thought you was... I'm like, who? Like, who is this?
Bro, I'm not going to lie. It hurts to laugh right now. I need you to, like, somehow occupy the time. I don't know if you want to pause this and then we can just pick up in a second. I drank 3 liters of water, as you can see.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I got to use the bathroom.
Yeah,
bro.
we'll take a bathroom break. We'll pause it.
Might be a second before my phone turns on, so.
Nah, it's all good. We just talk to shit anyways, bruh. I was gonna say,
we decided to pause the podcast.
Oh yeah,
while I took care of my business.
Yeah, for a much deserved restroom break.
Yeah, and this is just a reminder, if you're still listening, to drink water. Stay hydrated.
Yeah, that's another big thing. Drink water, bro.
It's the cool thing these days. We don't smoke cigarettes really anymore. We drink water.
Yeah, you gotta stay hydrated. The benefits, like high key, the benefits of drinking hella water is like outstanding. Like people don't even know. Like you feel so energized if you drink a lot of water,
bro. Like that first feeling when you wake up and you take your first drink of water, and you, like your organs you're like, all right, this is right.
Exactly. Like
I'm doing something right here.
The perfect thing to wake up to is like cold water. That leaf blower made it sound like it was a fucking murder scream. I'm like, who got fucking stabbed?
Oh,
damn. But if you had cold water, waking up in the morning, having a nice glass of cold water and a good shit, that's a good morning right there. If you wake up in the morning and you gotta take a shit, and this is for anyone listening right now, drink a nice, like, it don't have to be a whole glass depending on how bad you need to go, but at least take some sips, or if not half the glass or a cup of ice cold water, then take that shit. It comes out way smoother.
Really?
Like, I don't know if the cold water coats the system for the shit to push out good. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but it feels different. You be like, okay, that was a clean shit.
You know, I'm usually not one to be on this topic, but to be honest, since we're on it, on the weekends, you know, when I'm not going to work or anything, and like I can wake up and like possibly smoke, weed is, you know, it's like coffee. It like helps you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that's like one of the greatest feelings, man. If for anyone listening, to go off of what Charles said, if you, I don't know, if you just like, you know, when you wake up, you're probably gonna have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you know it.
Make it a little better.
Take a couple hits. Maybe the combination, a couple hits and a glass of water.
Dude, and water and weed are a great combination. That's like my diet at this point.
Yeah. The two W's right there.
Oh, weed and water, water,
And
weed,
weed. Water and weed.
earth, water.
Mm. And then it's the wind of the smoke, and then the fire from your lighter. So all four elements.
Damn, yeah, I think they've actually made shirts about that. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I seen there was some shit on like Reels and TikTok. You seen that dumb shit?
Bro, I'm like launching a full scale war on TikTok at this point.
No, it's impossible, bro.
Call me lame. I just, dude, like how you said those kids made you feel with the TikTok rapper. It's like when people who are borderline obsessed with TikTok show me like, or like they won't even show me anything. They'll like say lingo or something from a TikTok, and I'm just like, what the fuck did you just say? Like it's almost like they're speaking Simish, like on
That's
some
how,
Sim shit.
Nah, that's how that shit really fucking is. Cause
And it shows our age.
it does, but I try to see things as open view as I can.
Yeah.
So a lot of shit I see with these TikTok and Reels, I try to take it back to how our OGs at the time looked at us at the beginning of Facebook, Instagram, Vine.
Right.
So I try to put myself in them shoes to see if I'm old or I'm just tripping. But the thing about TikTok that makes it awkward is I don't have a problem with the content. Even if I do have a problem with the content, it's not at a point to where I'm like, okay, this seriously has to be taken off. Because a lot of shit I may not like, but it's just because it's not my cup of tea.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I look at that shit, the only thing that really kind of rubs me the wrong way with it is not original content. Like if you look at TikToks, it's people shittingly mouthing over audio or taking an audio from an already popular clip and just acting it out. So that's like TikTok is legit. Like if I were to take that Dave Chappelle, Rick James skit, I'll fuck around and is that my mailman? I hope so. Okay, I'm like, who's coming to my door? Shout out. So
should have had him on the pod
exactly,
or her on the
bro.
pod.
Ooh, I think this is my shit too.
It's the IRS.
You know me. That's
Fuck.
how they get me. That's how they got me.
I love that you have like I love that this house has the little mail slot like that.
Yeah, get used to it, cause coming May, I'm out this some bitch. But
You're out this place?
oh yeah, for sure, bro. I'm out of here. I think I was telling you this off mic a bit ago, cause like I fucked around and signed a year lease. I meant to sign month to month.
Right, we were talking.
So I'm like, man, fuck. So I'm waiting it out at least like until
it's
May.
up in May.
Oh my god,
Oh,
I can't
gotcha.
fucking
Okay,
wait.
so
I can't wait.
I didn't know that's when it ended. I was like, damn, why May specifically?
Yeah, that's when my shit is up in May. I can't fucking wait. But yeah, that's like real quick back to that. But that's like me taking that Dave Chappelle Rick James skit and like doing a part. So like Charlie Murphy. It's just me in the house being like, bruh, hold on. Ma, let me call you right back. I'm live right now. Ma. Ma.
Maybe she
Okay.
didn't mean
All right. Okay. Mama just butt dialing now. Whatever she at, she got 75% off. So shout out. I don't know. But yeah, that's like me taking a Rick James skit and me being in my bathroom being like, Rick James, bitch. And it's like, why? Like, how's that funny? You took a clip from something funny and you just shittingly acted it out. It would be different if you flawlessly acted that bit out. And it's like, oh shit, it's like a mirror. But you just recording yourself talking over already funny audio. That's the only thing I don't get about it. At least with Vine, it was original content. Yes, it was. Yes, if you were outside a certain age group, you won't get it because meme culture is defined by the age group.
Right.
But it was still something original. Like TikToks now, just you will mouth over something.
Dude, and Vine,
it's like,
Vine
what?
gave you 8 seconds or something, and they were like, it forced people to be creative. How am I going to make an 8-second video that's funny as fuck? And some people, when they were clever enough to do it, they made actual fucking movies in 8 seconds worth of footage. But the thing about TikTok is like what you're saying. You're completely right. Now there are some TikToks where they do that. They'll take a phrase from a song, but if you're reading the text on the TikTok itself and it's telling you like the story that the person's trying to tell, they'll use whatever the audio clip is, and that audio should be able to match up with how they're feeling or even the words themselves.
Right.
So it's like, okay, you're taking something that was famous for something else and you're applying it to something personal that you're going through or something. Whatever. It's the thing that, just like with most social medias, it's just another reason, like, only the biggest people on TikTok, it's either motherfuckers are laughing at them in a bad way because of like their personality or something, or because somebody just thinks they're really fucking attractive and they're like, oh, they're cute, and they look cute when they do the little, like what you were saying, the fucking video.
Yeah. Well,
And it's like, that's just, it's just another way to, create that riff, I guess.
that. And another thing I want to add on top of that too, and this adds on to another fact why people be doing the things they do on TikTok, and what you said is a perfect segue into it too. When you're talking about, oh, okay, they're cute, so I'm pretty privileged.
Right.
I see that a lot too with the algorithms, because another thing I see on TikTok, or let me just say this, I personally don't have the, and I know you don't either, but I personally don't have the TikTok app. My niece got me hip to this. When I go on IG and go through stories, reels, she, according to my niece, which is 18 by the way, so she real well connected, she told me that reels and TikTok are the same thing. Just whatever algorithms they share, Instagram takes TikToks from their platform and put them on the reels that we see on Instagram. So it's the same thing. That's why I know shit about TikTok, because I didn't know it was that same shit. I thought reels was just Instagram's own thing, but apparently they take from TikTok too. Like,
oh yeah.
So anyways, I say all that to say, when I look on my reels, I see a lot of like also women exploiting themselves too, doing shit hella random. And people just liking it because they look cute. Oh, she got a nice ass. You know how it is. So that even puts a more negative impact on it, because it's just like, damn, TikTok was already stupid as fuck. Now y'all sectionalizing it, and then it's like, all right, at this point, where we at?
It's not even so much about what they're doing, like the sexual, like if some of them are even like some girls that I've seen specifically, that if we're talking about like the women of TikTok, they won't even do anything provocative. It's just that, okay, like you look at the amount of likes, and I'll be scratching my head like, okay, all she did was like open her mouth and like mouth the word for this specific TikTok. Why does this have like 1 million likes? Oh, I could put 2 and 2 together. It's probably because if you check the comments, everybody just has hard eyes. They think she's pretty,
exactly.
or whatever. So it's like, same with, I'm assuming, I haven't really seen it because I'm not on TikTok like that, but the men, I'm assuming there are men that a lot of girls, like, they only follow them because of the attraction.
But the bad thing about it that I see, and I can't speak on the point with men, I'm just speaking from what I see with women, because these algorithms read our profiles and know what we like. So as soon as they see my profile and say, oh, okay, Charles is interested in women, guess what they're gonna put on my shit?
Women.
Exactly. So at least back when we were kids in middle school, for example, around this time, early 2010s, playthroughs became the thing. A lot of people was doing playthroughs. A lot of people was recording themselves, like, playing the game. So one thing it was like, you always had the chick, big titties, doing, like, the playthroughs. Yeah. But the thing was, like, yeah, like, she's showing that off, but she's still doing something, like, that's different than just that. Like, that was, like, a bonus. Like, okay, I already like this game. Now I'm just seeing titties, like, while I'm watching it being played. Like, now it's just, it's nothing, just my body. Like, you'll be looking at, I'll scroll through reels on IG, and it will be like a nicely built chick, but it's nothing around them to add on to that. It's just like, all right, look at me in this 2-piece or whatever, and you just like keep scrolling. Like, damn, like
the one thing I'll agree with women on, or not, that's the thing though. It's like not even specifically women. Just I will agree with the fact that really in those situations, it's not the woman's fault because she's exploiting how horny and shit men can be.
No,
right?
It's never that.
I put the blame on the men and say, like, bro, like, stop simping. I hate
That's
that I
true.
even have to use that fucking phrase, but it's like, bro,
It's real though.
it's on you guys. It's not the women. Don't get mad at them and call them sluts because they won't do certain shit for you.
Exactly.
You're like, you're
No.
the one that's creating the. They're just trying to capitalize. It's no different from fucking selling drugs or
Exactly.
pimping. You're exploiting something and getting the money.
No, I definitely get that, and there's no disrespect toward the women at all, but those type of men that think like that, the simps and whatnot, that's a whole different story. That's just some bitch shit. But the only thing about me is like I like variety, so you can do shit like that, but just add something to it to make it unique.
Right.
Because again, like I think like that. I want something to be unique. Even when I watch certain porn, like I want certain shit. Only certain shit can get me off because I need something unique to it. Like I'm not that type of person to where it's just like, okay, you just show me a naked body and I'm like, ooh, bet.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play
Girl.
that on me, if you're gonna play that game, bring something creative and unique to it to make you stand out. You know what I mean? And yeah, every girl on here gonna show her ass, but what makes you different?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I want. And you don't see that. It's just like, all right, look at my body, that's it. And then you just hard eyes, all that. It's like, damn, just be different.
Bro, it's just, it's like, it's just, I've seen it happen so many times, the boldness of men specifically, where they will just, they are just ready to pounce on anything, any photo they see. The men that are just not a care in the world, and they're just like, they know they have no business even trying to think that they have a chance with said girl, and they still are just brave enough to just shoot their shot, not even in the DMs, but on the photo itself. It's like, bro, you're either really cocky or you're just ignorant / stupid. I don't know.
A little bit of both.
Or yeah,
a little bit of both for sure. Because again, it goes back to the conversation we was having about those type of people, out in West County, rich, whatever. They're entitled in one way, and then those type of dudes are entitled in another way.
Yeah. They feel like they are like, what isn't she? I'm a nice guy.
Because yeah, exactly. Since I'm a quote unquote nice guy, and on top of that, like toxic male energy. Since I'm a nice guy, you're supposed to sleep with me. So that's what they're thinking. It's like another weird, fucked up thing of version of entitlement, bruh. But
I do agree with you. Like, if you're specifically talking about those TikToks, one would think that you should always try to just be original.
Yeah.
And add something to the mix instead of just
just that
hey, look
shit.
at me, mouth this word. Because like I said, there is a very select few. There's probably under like 50 TikToks that I've seen throughout these last few years. I was like, that was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
But nothing compares to Vine, dude. It's just, even Instagram's killing the game, and they stole it from TikTok.
Exactly. And because again, like you said, there's a couple good reels out there. There's some funny ones, but unfortunately, times is changing. I know by 2032, TikTok ain't gonna be shit.
Do you think Instagram will still be around?
We'll see. If it is, it's not gonna be as it is. It's not gonna be the platform it is now.
Right.
Because one thing I noticed about the world is that every 10 years it changes.
Decades.
Every decade the world changes, bro. You can go from 1980, go to 1990, go to 2000, go to 2010, go to 2020. Every single one of those decades, some phenomenal shit has happened.
That's very true, man.
Every decade, something new is going to happen. So,
we already scratched off global pandemic.
Exactly. So, by 2032, who knows? TikTok is going to be nothing. Because if you were to come up to me in 2012, like, hey, this thing called TikTok going to be like TikTok, bro. That's get away from me with that clock app,
bro. I'm telling you, we're
So,
one step closer to the fucking like on some Blade Runner flying car shit or hover car shit. I see so much more electric cars now. Like sometimes in certain situations, they might actually outnumber the regular cars on the road at that time.
Nah, they said they said back in 2017, 18, when electric cars first started to boom like that, or whichever area.
It was like 2030 something.
No, they said by 2040 they expect all cars to be electric. So then I tell people this all the time. Again, 2040. Again, that's another decade number. You know what I mean? Like at the beginning.
Yep.
So that's why when I talk to people, you got to keep an open mind with things, because that's going to open a whole new field and area of especially kids that's not going to know like a part of life.
Oh,
So we're going to be
no.
at a point to where kids are going to be like, you put gas in a car?
Dude, it's
But
gonna be like
that's-
us towards the Walkman
Yeah,
or
but
a pager.
exactly. But I'm just saying, like, I be telling myself this shit in advance to prepare me, because, like, the type of person I am, I never want to be a person that's dated.
Right.
Cause like I get like times to reminisce and talk about stuff, but I don't want to get out of the point to where it's like I keep talking about it because I want to go back so bad. Like I want to be able to adapt with my world too.
Yeah. I mean, some people are, dude, when it comes to changes like that, some people, it makes them go crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I always like move with the world, and if I don't move with it, I understand it so I can know how to live in it.
Right.
Because I was joking with my sister. I was like, hey, you remember back in the days when we was kids, we used to have to get the yellow or white pages off the porch, and it was all alphabetical, and then we had to find the dominoes to call, cause like it wasn't no Apple Maps, pull it up, or hey, local dominoes in your area. You had to know your area back then. Like, all right, we on this section, so we'll be the dominoes on this one,
Right.
and then you'll call them. But over time, you just learn to be like, all right, cool, I know we got the phones now. It's cool to bring that up like I did, but I'm not gonna be like, man, this is some bullshit. We need to go back to the white.
Yeah.
Like I never want to be at that level, because I remember being a kid and seeing grown-ups do that and be like, y'all are so corny. Like,
Yeah. Like, get with the times, old
yeah.
man.
So I never want to do that.
Dude, and with the cars, think about something as simple as if it's all electric, mechanics aren't even going to be mechanics anymore. It's like all going to be electric.
Yeah, they're
components.
they're gonna become engineers, like the scientists,
Yeah.
computer whizzes. They just gonna be at pull your car in, we'll plug it up, and we'll all type it in and see
The
what's
chip.
going on. Yeah,
The new Kias, you can see it on YouTube. These new Kias are able to be hacked through like via USB stick.
yeah. That's why they got the little meme going on.
It's
with
insane.
with that shit. But it just shows, because again, like you always got to keep your eyes open, because back in the mid 2010s, like I think the Prius was damn near like the first major car to be doing electric like that, and people was looking at that weird, like, who the fuck? You got a hybrid Prius? You got to plug that shit in? No. People was talking shit, but now you look at Chevy, Ford, every major car company got an electric vehicle now. Back then, I swear it was only just a Prius, and people was clowning that. But I mean, this is where we at now. Teslas, all these different companies got electric cars, but if you read between the lines, you'll know what's gonna be popping by like the next decade. Like I know by 2030, I know the what's that shit called, the Metroverse? What is it? Metaverse. There you go. I said Metroverse. No, the Metaverse is gonna be crazy. AI is gonna be insane, and everything is. I promise you, by 2030, shit like it's gonna be more. It's gonna be all chips.
Yeah.
I promise you, by 2030, it will be
No Frito.
on me, right? It will be no money. Money's gonna become extinct. It's gonna become a lost art. Like,
Bro, listen to bro, I rarely have cash anymore. I used to, even when people only had debit cards like 5 years ago, I always had cash back then. Dude, it's all via card now.
yeah, it's gonna be no cash. It's gonna be done for.
So many fucking online transactions. When I get a check and I check my Instagram or check, Google, whatever, there are so many things and products that I just come across within like 2 minutes of like scrolling where I'm like, wow, I want to buy that. And it's just like, obviously just like everyone else, I just got to do a good job at controlling my wallet. But it's like, bro, it's just almost like no matter where you click, it's just something that they could be luring you in with.
Exactly. I get it all the time. You click on one advertisement, you know how it is. But one good thing about it, it really, and this is why I kind of like the era we in now, because this really breaks and teaches you self-discipline. And we never had anything like this ever in the life of us living. When I was younger, I had to do self-discipline on now thinking about it now, small shit like just being respectable.
Yeah.
Not letting shit get to you. Sticking stones, hurt my bones, whatever. But now, the self-discipline you see, like, that you experience is like make it or break it. because how the internet is, because it pushes so much from what you talking about. Everything's card now, so knowing that you got that money in there and how easy it is just to double tap and purchase everything, that can make or break you. Go back to what we talking about with the women you see on your timeline. This is the only moment ever in history, as long as I've been living, to where it's really hard to keep a relationship flourishing because you see so much of this shit. So if you're a weak-minded man or a woman that's seeing all these type of bodies on the internet, that can fuck with your relationship.
Oh, bro, and it can fuck with your brain, mental health. Like, insecurities are being bred so
That's what I'm saying.
so quicker because of social media.
Because back then, like before social media like that, the only thing for real was like you only had maybe a couple girls at your school or a couple girls at your job that looked bad, but you was like, you knew what it was.
Yeah.
It only like a small amount of few, not enough to really persuade you to do anything. But like now, shit, you go on the internet, bro, you seen all the bad chicks on there. All, you just like, damn. But if you not strong-willed and you can't discipline yourself enough,
that might end up like the guy in the comments we were talking about.
On me, or even worse, you're just gonna be out here just cheating religiously.
Yeah, that too.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like a lot of things, bro, with especially in the society we live in now, can really make or break you.
What was that? We live in a what?
We live in a society. We live in a society that's gonna make or break you.
We definitely do live in a society. It's so funny how things come full circle. Go back and listen 3 pods ago to know what we're talking about.
Yeah, type shit. But it's for real though. It's for real. Like I never seen no type of trial this intense. With life. It's a lot of crucial shit that be popping right now.
Fuck yeah, man. We're living in the most stressful periods, I think. I mean, hey, I'm not trying to say like World War II during the 40s wasn't stressful or like, Vietnam, but there's been a lot of crazy shit that we're witnessing, and plus because of how we're in the internet age and how quickly, I mean, we've already talked about this. We're able to get so much knowledge within seconds, and just scrolling through your Facebook for like 5 minutes out of your day is just gonna bombard you with so many different things to the point where your brain just can't process all of it. And because of that, man, like that just makes life even stressful. That's why it's a good thing to deactivate your shit for a while. Go on a cleansing. Realize that there's more to life.
Bro, I say that shit all the damn time because just off what you talking about, even back in those times, shit was so bad, but it could be a point to where you can just distance yourself away from that. Maybe not read the paper. Maybe not listen to the radio.
Yeah.
Now there's so much influence everywhere that even if you did try to leave, like you'll see it again somewhere else. If I turn off my phone, I'm gonna see it on the TV. If I turn off my TV, I see it on my laptop. Turn off my laptop, go outside, I'll see someone on their phone talking about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's why I say like this is the hardest I ever seen it before, like now, than compared to any other history. Any other period in time, because of just how much influence it is. Like a lot of shit can really manipulate you.
Oh yeah, man. And we live in the house market's crashing every other fucking year. Just it's a lot harder to get things. The cost of living is way higher.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We in another point. We in another recession, of course. But the only thing that makes this so treacherous is the things that surround it, the age that we're in, and then like the method to get out of it. Because like besides like how much it is economically, COVID really fucked things up, because even though shit is back open, it's different.
Yeah.
Back in '08 during that last recession, we really didn't have no pandemic that popped off right before it.
Right.
It was just like we into a recession, but things were still the same. Now the prices are just increased.
Yeah, I think we had like mad cow disease, but like that didn't hold a candle.
Yeah, that wasn't as bad. That was damn like another flu. Like, oh, okay, that's just like a little submission, but we got something for that.
Right.
Like COVID was intense. So not only that you're dealing with the rise of prices now you got to deal with the world changing too. So you deal with those two things, which is already major within itself. Then add on the negative and dangerous side of social media and the internet on top of that. bro, it's hard.
Yeah, man.
It's hard, bro. Like, I be telling people this, especially older folks. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, this shit is real. Like,
You know, it's hard out here for a Gen Z or
man,
millennial.
Bruh, I'm telling you, this shit is make it or break it. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. We damn near, we the only generation that's really going through shit like this. We the only ones.
Fuck you, boomers. Fucking Gen Y.
Type shit. But it's no disrespect though, cause
Nah,
like they
fuck the boomers. It's disrespect on that.
no, cause like I do give the boomers a little bit of respect because the boomers did have the best work ethic out of all of us.
Hey, they knew how to work a 9 to 5.
They knew, but sometimes, but see, that's the thing though, because the boomers, they mentals is a lot of fucked up. They way of thinking is fucked, but they work ethic was flawless because that's the thing that we missing now.
Oh, for sure. That's why they hate us so much.
Yeah, because again, like not everyone can be a millionaire overnight. You gotta work. Every entrepreneur, every successful person had to do that blue collar grind.
Yeah, they didn't have a life really. Like
Yeah.
we're blessed to even be able to do side projects like this and podcasts. Motherfuckers back then were, clocking in 80 hours a week.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? That's what they just had to do.
Right.
But again, that's what I take from them because the boomers, they had the best work ethic. And, now listen to them now being an adult, like, shit, sometimes you just got to punch that clock, bro, to get to where you need to be at. Like I was telling you before, I don't know if it was on a previous episode or we was just talking, like, off mic, but you got to get out your comfort zone to reach that success point. And hey, sometimes that mean working at...
Yeah, we've gone 2 podcasts without using a sound effect.
Yeah, that's how much we just been talking
Yeah.
shit, bro. They know what it is,
They
but
do. Feel it in yourself.
that shit is real. So I'm just saying, shout out to each generation, but millennials and Gen Z have it hard because we're the first generation to go through this with social media and internet.
Yeah.
Baby boomers and Gen X, they had wars, they had recessions, but none of them experienced this shit with the internet. Right. We the only generation to experience it with the internet, so they can't really say shit. That's why we always at odds. Like, oh, y'all need to do this. Well, back in '86, you didn't have this type of shit.
Yeah, you could buy houses for fucking $200.
Not only that, but I'm just saying, not only that part, but y'all don't know what it's like to have the influence of the whole world this close to you.
At the fingertips.
That's what I'm saying. So y'all can't sit here and talk about a whole generation where y'all not living that same life.
Right.
Like, y'all would have been completely different people if y'all would have had back in 78 the power to look at what China is doing, what Russia is doing, what Mexico is doing. Y'all be completely different.
Bro, and think about how many fucking like we joke about it all the time, but the fact that you can just go on Facebook one day, I mean they crack down now, or you can go on Twitter, scroll down the fucking thing and bam, just out of nowhere, somebody retweeted a video of someone getting fucking decapitated.
Yeah,
and it's like 7 a.m. and you're like, wow, I did not need to fucking see that.
Exactly.
And if you see shit like that, the internet, dude, during the 4chan from like 2010 to 13, when I was heavily on the internet at school and everything, everything that I saw on 4chan, man, like that must have done something to me. Cause
oh yeah, for sure.
It's like
you're not supposed to see that.
You're not supposed to see this shit on a daily basis. Not even like I was really looking for it.
It just pops up.
It just pops up, and you're like, wow, my day's ruined. Kind of.
That's how it be. It just takes some time to get over that shit.
Yeah, you start to grow cold.
Yeah, it'll throw you off. You'll be sitting there for a minute like, damn, like I really seen that. You start digesting it, thinking about it. And then over time you get over it, but still, like that fucked up your whole day.
Yeah, the whole day, like at least it fucked up the whole mood. Like, you don't need to be seeing shit like that when you start your day off and you didn't even like go to school yet.
Exactly, and that's why I mean they can't say shit because when y'all was kids, like y'all didn't have that.
Yeah, you were lucky to find, there'd be that one person in the town that'd be like, oh, I found a dead body in the woods once. And
yeah, type shit. And you're like, oh, okay, but you didn't, it wasn't as explicit as how we seen it. I mean, no, they even had better character building back then because you gotta understand, like, it wasn't as many outlets either. So you can, and that's why another reason why baby boomers be so mentally stuck on the path where they think they're so right, because back then you could adjust your lifestyle for it to be everything about you. So let's say, for example, if I was a Republican back in the 70s, I can just watch TV that was nothing but Republican.
Right.
I can get newspapers shipped to me that was nothing but Republican shit, magazines, etc. Now, how things are set up, you can go on the internet or log into anything and you can see stuff from your point of view, but you're going to see shit that you never even really think about or thought about or even agreed on. You're just seeing that.
And it gives people another platform to stick their opinions down other people's throats and not have a civilized conversation about, like, it just, for the, I've said it before on the podcast, you know, social media, when used correctly, and I guess that's like a very, it depends on what your perspective on that would be. But if you use it the right way, it could be the best thing ever made.
Mm-hmm.
But so many people, I feel like, let it consume them, or it becomes a larger part of their life, and it's just more for like personal entertainment, and it becomes like a form of escapism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I mean, shit, dude, you can use social media and the internet to start a business. You know, you can actually make money off the internet. Most people are doing the internet only for YouTube, Instagram. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, if that's all you're using it for and it's taking up half of your day and you're just watching other people do shit, it might become a problem.
True.
So, fuck social media. And if you're listening to this on social media, delete it. Yeah, don't even listen.
No, you're right. I think the main thing is that people start to focus, instead of using social media, people view social media more as a community and an actual functioning world than what it is. Like, it's social media. Anything media is just entertainment.
Yeah.
Social media is just basically people entertainment. So people are just going on social media and just trying to be so personal with it, like we in a real life community.
Right.
It's just entertainment. That's why the originator of IG, I read this story once. The creator of IG, Instagram, the reason he created that is because he was at a baseball game and he said, "Oh, I wish I could take a picture of this for everyone to see."
Hard.
And
that's a genius move.
Yeah, and he created Instagram just so people can
post pictures.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. That's entertainment. He didn't put no personal opinion. He didn't make that shit like, "Hey, this is just about me." He put a picture out there about a piece of the world that he was experiencing.
Right.
So he wanted to put that out there, and that's what social media it should be. Just people entertainment. Like, oh damn, like, I never seen the Grand Canyon. Here's a picture of it. I never seen the galaxy. Here's a picture of it. But I don't know what part in life happened that made people like, I want this about me.
Shit. Yeah,
right.
It just became so egotistical and selfish. People just sharing story. Like, I get some people I've seen use social media or like Facebook for coping measures where, you know, they're going to post a status and really let their heart out because it's like a form of diary to them.
Right.
And, you know, that's cool, but I guess it's all about, once again, perspective, because I'm sitting here like, I personally, so many things could be happening on in my life, but I'm not going to post about it.
Exactly.
And, you know, for some people, I'm not going to judge or say that that's not right, but then it becomes okay, there are some people that are definitely just trying to get attention.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when, once again, it falls into the, okay, are you using it in a healthy way? All right, are you, I don't know. It's a fucking,
it's a rabbit hole for sure.
Just use it to make money. Same thing with Instagram. I take pictures. I want people to see said pictures.
Right.
The greatest thing about it is someone from fucking Russia can look on my page and go, wow, I didn't even know St. Louis, Missouri existed, but I can see it through the eyes of this guy.
Exactly. That's entertainment. Like, they're entertained by that. Like, look at that part of the world I haven't seen before.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And then you scroll down and you just see some unnecessary shit.
And you're like, all right, bro. Like, I was having fun until I seen this.
I was having
like,
a good time.
I was having entertainment before I seen this.
And even, like, people always used to shit on the food pictures. Like, even when people take pictures of their food, I'm like, you know what? That's still an experience.
It's still an experience.
They're out eating.
That's it.
That's cool. But if it's, you know, You know.
Yeah, I know. That's when the shit just get ridiculous, bro. But
Ridiculous.
anyways, no, that go ahead and wraps it up for this episode. I think we talked enough shit to the people. If we say anything more intense or any more clarifying, I think we'll end up fucking up the airwaves. So we can only give so much.
I mean, shit, the last episode was like, what, an hour and 30 minutes?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. If we give them too much, bro, then we may start another civil war because we just woke up the masses.
Bro. Like, hey, did I not call the people sheeple at the beginning of this podcast? Now we're ending it off with the hope that people will awaken.
Yes.
No longer be sheep.
Don't count the herd. Lead the herd. Don't be a sheeple. Be a shepherd.
Sheeple, herd, podcast. You hear podcast, herd, past tense of hear. So, well, and there's something that we can do with that.
Shepherd.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I need. I just know shepherd is like a play on herd, so you can do that.
Herd. Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, look at it. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We got merch. We got something.
We got merch. Sheeple merch.
Sheeple merch.
Hit them motherfucking. Do you mind if I like spam a couple real quick?
Yeah, go for it. Because we still didn't do it.
Okay.
Okay, I got that was humorous.
It was.
Go
there you go.
Fast like NASCAR. How can you do this? This is outrageous. It's unfair.
It's a whole thing. Let it play.
Be on the council
Let it play.
And not be a master.